What's up guys, today I'm going to be teaching you how to shave weight off your BMX bike. Let's get it. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys like BMX, make sure you click the subscribe button. We're trying to grow this channel to 100,000 subscribers. So whether you're a beginner, intermediate, pro, whatever it is, welcome. I'm glad you guys are here. But without further ado, let's see how to shave some weight off your BMX bike. So the first place that we're going to look that I think a lot of people actually don't know about is your seat post. Surprisingly enough, you really don't need that much seat post, especially in my case if you ride a really low seat. But that extra seat post does help, so it does come down to personal preference. But let's take off the seat post and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So as you can see, I only have about a fistful of seat posts. You really don't need a ton of seat posts, but definitely wherever you have it, definitely keep about a fistful of seat posts. I do recommend having a little bit, because if you do hit it pretty hard, you could actually break it, but you don't want to do that. So, but yeah, usually seat posts come with a little line that says minimum. That's about the lowest you can go, so mine's just about right there. Feel free to go lower at your own risk, but I'm not responsible for you breaking it. I do recommend staying right on that minimum line. So in cutting one of these, you can use a hacksaw. It is a little bit difficult. I do recommend using a pipe cutter. Basically what you want to do is set the pipe cutter around there, make it kind of snug, spin it around a couple times, then tighten it a little bit. I've heard many times people have over tightened and that'll break the blade on it because it is very brittle and it will break the blade on it because they're very fragile. So you do want to be very easy with it going around to make a nice even cut right through the seat post. So now let's move on to some other ways on how to save weight on your BMX bike. So another really easy thing that you can do is to cut off your bar ends. So you can either just roll your grip back or take them off completely, but you can cut quite a lot of it off because a lot of BMX bikes come with pretty wide bars. Some of them do have cut lines on them where you can figure out exactly where you want to cut it, but you can do the same thing with a hacksaw. I do highly recommend just using a pipe cutter. The pipe cutter just is a bit more accurate, but make sure when you do it, if it does not have cut lines, that you make sure that you measure and not guess. But just remember to measure twice, cut once. You can always cut off, but you can't bring back what you cut off, so make sure you do pay close attention to how much you're cutting off. That way you don't have to go out and buy new bars when it's not stable. So yeah, by cutting a little bit off the end of your bars will save you some weight in the long run. So let's move on to a couple other things. So a couple of other things that you could do to shave off weight in your BMX bike just comes down to preference. So you can take off pegs. If you ride pegs and you don't really grind that much, take your pegs off. If you're somebody that runs brakes and you don't really want to have brakes, you can take your brakes off. That'll save you a lot of weight. Some other things could kind of come down to how heavy your tubes are. So getting yourself a nice pair of high quality tubes that are low, that don't weigh that much, can help you out in the long run. I know there's a couple of BMX companies out there that do sell tubes that are high quality, but they're very light, making it a lot easier for you to get around as well. But overall, cutting off a couple of things on your BMX bike will shave some weight on your BMX bike. Taking off parts, just anything that you don't need, will help you save weight on your BMX bike. So it also comes down to the frame size, just the size of your bike. But yeah, shaving off weight will help. Keeping weight will just ultimately make you stronger, in my opinion. So don't stress it too much. Just once you keep riding the BMX bike over and over again, it will eventually be lighter and you will learn how to get around and control the bike rather than the bike control you. Having plastic pedals probably does shave off quite a lot of weight. Metal pedals are quite a lot heavier, so going the plastic route on pretty much anything you can get on a BMX bike will shave off weight, because metal is a lot heavier than plastic, but plastic is a little bit more prone to break, so do keep that in mind. But for the most part, BMX parts are pretty durable, so I wouldn't stress it too much.
Another little thing you can also think about is bar ends. I have just the rubber ODI grips. If you have like metal bar ends that can add a little bit of extra weight, or they're plastic, anything like that might take a little bit of weight. Anything that's not metal will probably save you some weight. I don't know if plastic is heavier than rubber, but I think these rubber ones are pretty light, so if you're rocking the ODI grips, you should be pretty good. Another thing that kind of comes down to preference is if you have a stem cap. This just kind of keeps everything snug in here. By taking this thing out, you're perfectly fine to ride like this. All you need to really have is these bolts on the side here. This is what keeps everything together. This just kind of keeps everything tight. So if you want to really shave off some weight, you can take it off, but I don't think it really matters too much.
So hopefully this helped you shave off some weight on your BMX bike. If there's anything I missed or you think would be helpful, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. Help each other out. Yeah, if you like BMX content, make sure you click the subscribe button. I'd love to have you on the channel. And yeah, keep riding, stay safe. See you guys right back here on the next one. Peace.